everything is digital. I'm an old school person. I'm a dinosaur. I say it all the time. I'm not social media savvy, not to even talk about doing anything else. NY will tell you, we remember when telephones became a thing in Nigeria. Yes. When we were in school, when we finished secondary school, actually after university, before you could own a personal phone. Before then, it's either your parents are rich and you have a phone at home, the regular one that you do gring, 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 gring. Or your father has a Note 9 Note, which was a ridiculous amount. It was like maybe 1 million, 1 point something at that point in time. Or you go to, it wasn't a business center, it was in front of Nitel. They had all these booths. You go and make public phone call. Hello, gring, gring. So we didn't get phones until we were adults, old people. Internet, when was internet? We were there for the emergence of most of these things. But you have a special place because you are used to it. You're born into it. You understand it. What you learn as a child is something that you can master immediately. So I expect all of you to be masters of your trade. Now, she said consistency. It's most important. Some of you will make it, some of you won't. I have to be factual. I started with a whole group of people. I went to university with people. Where are they today? It depends on how consistent and how much you want something. You will only succeed if you work towards it. Nothing is handed over to you and given to you on a platter of gold. You have to determine that this is what I want and I will work for it. He said have a plan, a 5-year plan, a 10-year plan. Most important. That's the way you can gauge your success. That's the way you can tell if you've achieved the things you wanted to. So you need to list it out and say, in 5 years, I need to be here, 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 here. I wish you all good luck. And I'm looking forward to those that will make it. And then, sorry, this is an aside to the women. I do this all the time, so forgive me, men, I have nothing against you. But to the women, all of you, please know that you're born with all the eggs you have. Okay? You don't grow eggs. We're not chickens. So while you're doing all these things and mastering where to go work-wise, also if you want children, put it somewhere there. Because the lifespan of a woman when it comes to children can be short. Okay? So there.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much, ma'am. So, I'm just being emotional now. Okay. So most times when these words are coming out, you begin to have a thought and the reflection of where you have been and where you are going and what you are seeing ahead of you. And I hope all these words are sinking down your thoughts and you are beginning to think otherwise, right? So, Rome, they said, was not built in a day. So it is a gradual process. But you need to show the commitment. You need to show the commitment of what we are doing here. So, on this note, Mr. Charles, Mr. Chooks, okay. So on this note, we introduced to you earlier the registrar of NTA TV College and the acting rector. So she will be making her presentation now and to talk to us about what are the potentials that lies with NTA TV College and what you tend to benefit. So please a round of applause for her. Thank you very much.
Well, permit me to see because I like talking with Gen Zs with practical experience. Am I permitted? Yes, ma'am. Okay.
She's coming.
Much has been spoken. I watch your storytelling and your filmmaking. Honestly, is quite impressive. On this note, you know, I'm coming from the point of a teacher, right? I would like you to give a round of applause to your facilitators. 2 weeks ago, I think, about 2 weeks ago, or 3 weeks ago, we had a group of grannies. I wish I could showcase the film, but I think they have challenge with their media there. They came to the TV college. I was like, where are these people coming from? Considering their ages, some could barely walk, and they said they're coming from an EFACT, Ministry of Agriculture, being sponsored by the United Nations. And they would like to have their storytelling as farmers to their communities. And looking at their different disposition, some of them could barely speak English. Some could only speak their dialect. And I was like, what a dilemma. And I look at it, I said, well, this is a college and it's doable. And I tell you the truth, within a space of 2 days, they were already dramatizing, telling their stories. I wish they could showcase it. I have the film here. Yours, you're young, you have the agility, you have the resilience, you have all what it takes. You know, in my opening remark, I said, and much has been spoken, no one can do it for you except you yourself. How will you make that a reality? It starts with you. You have to define yourself, define your life. You know, when I have participants in the TV college, we run short courses to advance the broadcasting. That was how the TV college started. And today, we are affiliates of Ahmadu Bello University, awarding degree. We also have run a diploma program called the NID. That is National Innovation Diploma. And that's the essence of that, is teaching entrepreneurship. Because we've realized Nigeria is about certificate. I went to a training, was it about a month ago, with the Institute of Training and Development. And the emphasis was, please, let's move from certificate to certificate. And the reason is that people say, is it not certificate they like? Shebina certificate, we go get certificate. And that's why you see all kind of exams malpractices. We see a lot of them. We give them admission. Some of them cannot even differentiate their past tense and their present tense. Some of them just write about yourself. They cannot. And you begin to wonder, when you look at their secondary school certificate, and you see, is. And you say, is this a mirage? That's the question. But you see your generation called the Gen Zs. I used to tell them in the TV call, I said, if there's any generation that is heartless and wicked, it's your Gen Z generation. Look at you. I'll tell you stories. I like, you know, I've come with projections. What do you call my notes? Yes, there. But unfortunately, I was trying to catch up with flight. I left my tablet. But you see, I will share my practical experience with you people. When I assume my present position, I think it was May or between April and May. And it baffles me to see the Gen Zs, your brothers and sisters that are in the TV college JOS. Parents will strive hard to give you school fees for you to go to be somebody tomorrow. And you carry the school fees as a girl, you're toasting a boy, and you carry the school fees and pay his school fees. That is the Gen Z generation. I'm telling you, I'm here to tell you practical experience. And when it comes to the exams time, And we said, no, 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 no. You haven't paid your school fees. This is roughly 6 months, 3 months. And you've been running the courses, and how can you sit exam without the school fees? And one of the lady that did that, one of my staff, knew her parents. They called the parents. Student A, did you not pay the school fees? The mother said, we paid. The mother came to the school and said, what happened to the school fees? She was now pointing at the guy. They called the guy. How? Did you steal her? You stole her school fees? Or how did you? Sorry. He said, I'm telling you the truth. She has been tossing me. I said, no. And I don't have a school fees. She took the school fees. I said, you should leave it. She said, no. Don't worry. I will get another school fees. And the mother, you know, the lecturer, there was a lecturer, I think Mr. Emeka, he almost slapped her. And the mother was just shedding tears. You can imagine. Another story was a lady that the mother is a Carastella. She's a widow. All her dream is the lady, her daughter should earn a living. From that Akara, she was able to send her to the TV college. And she was graduating. I think they have graduated, or the last paper. She lied to the mother that the TV college said they should pay 500,000. I look at you. It's the same now. You are the same people now. You're saying, oh. You're the same people. It's the Gen Z generation. It's the Gen Z generation. And the mother said, where will I get this 500? He said, Mama, this one is important. Oh, they said we're going on excursion to Dubai. Do you know what the mother did? The mother went to borrow money from the Association of Market Women. She said, please, my daughter is in a final stage. Can you help me with money? Just give me a loan. She collected the money. But knowing the Gen Z generation, she said, she held the money in a bag, a leather bag. I said, I will not give my daughter because she's so careless. She might walk and say, somebody might just collect this money from her. I will take her to the school. By the time they go to the school, they made the bursar. He says, please, this is a 500K that the college have asked us to pay for the excursion to Dubai. I didn't want to give her the school fees. You know how the way this young generation behave. I had to borrow this money from my association to pay the school fees. The bursar said, 500,000 for what? And do you know what she was doing? She was just blinking her eyes to the bursar. The bursar said, I don't understand. He said, 500,000 from what? For what? She was quiet. He said, Mama, please. What did he say the 500,000 was for? She said, for excursion. Excursion to where? She said, Dubai. And they asked her, what do you need the 500,000 for? She said, yes, she wants to go to Dubai. That for this your common cliche, what do they call hookup, Abby? That was what she was going for, to make money. But you see, because God has seen how painful it is to that woman, and that was how God saved the situation. Why am I telling you this story? The story is that your destiny is in your hands. There's no one who can truncate your destiny rather than you. The future is in your hands. Some of us, you're so lucky that you even have pace setters that have gone into this future of what you intend to do. You can learn from them, leverage from them. Some of us have no the opportunity. Just like the last speaker, Auntie Bimbo, has spoken. You're living a digital thing. Within the flick of our eyes, you've already gotten the data that you want to do. But some of you, rather than leveraging on the data, on your phones, your mobile phones, for something useful, some of you will not even sleep throughout the night. What are you watching? Huh? Tell me some of the things that you watch. You know yourself. So why would you waste your time for something that will not fetch you a living? And we're living in a society now, it is what you have that you'll be attracted to. Uncle KB said some of you are there. You wouldn't even brush. You're so dirty, looking drowsy at all the time. We've been there. And we're sharing with you to tell you that that cannot end your future. It can never end your future. It will just jeopardize your future. So the better you realize, the earlier you realize that your future is in your hands. You see, one thing with God is that God has given you all gifts. As your faces are all different, so are your gifts. It's just for you to identify and define that gift, and the sky will be your limit. I used to tell them in the TV college that if under the same TV college, there's a first class earner, why wouldn't you be? The same lecturer, the same classroom, the same lectures. Why will A be different from B? And I asked them the question, does A, that is a first class, does he have two heads? So that's the challenge. So we are living as you are transiting from your adolescent to adulthood is a critical stage in life. If you don't handle it and nurture it with care, you have jeopardized your future. Some of these people that you see in the street are homeless. Have you wondered why? It's a question. Have you wondered why? That it's happened to them, you think it cannot happen to you? Once upon a time, they were told, they were also lectured the way you're being lectured. They never adhered to. You know, I usually tell people that I address to, you see these fantasies that you people yearn for. It's just an aspiration that is not tenable. You understand? Because at these ages of yours, you think ideal is tenable. Not all ideals are tenable. It's the purpose of you that God has designated in you that is tenable. But these dreams that you dream that wouldn't even earn you anything is what you stick to, which is not tenable. So why don't you define your purpose in life? Get back to God, pray to God, and you get to know your purpose on time and follow suit. We've been talking about, I saw much of your films, your stories are mostly on sustainable. And if you look at what ethical, sustainable, thank you. While evaluating your stories, I've seen you've done stories on health, you've done stories on community, you've done stories on education, you've done stories on entrepreneurship, you've done stories on emotional intelligence, which was quite commendable. But just like one of the speakers has said, after wasting your time sitting here for how many days now? 2 weeks. And you don't make a fortune of this, it will be a waste of time. It's just like operating in a vacuum. How many of you have heard about the TV college? You don't even know the TV college? You have not heard about the TV college? How many of you have heard about NTA? What does the NTA does? Huh? Really? So you see, just like Dr. Victoria, your generation is always absent-minded. And that is one of the problems that we have. You don't even know what the NT is all about. Well, Television College is a subset of the Nigerian Television Authority. It's a training ground. Uncle Ekweyo has been there. All these veterans that you see at us, except the young ones now, that have not gone to TV college. Today, who and who that you have in the likes of like in their 50s, in their 60s, in their 70s, were produced by the NTA. And the NTA has seen it as a social responsibility to give out to the society. Now come about the NTA TV college in Jos. And why the choice of Jos? Because you can't talk of television in the whole of Nigeria without mentioning Plateau State. The concept of the TV college started to advance broadcasters so that there could be more professionals on their works. The school graduated to a certificate awarding institute. It grew to a diploma awarding institute, and today is a degree awarding institute affiliated with Ahmadu Bello. The kind of students we produce in the TV college are students that will come to sections. And he said, why I came to the college to bring my daughter was I was walking in the street of London, and there was this outstanding cameraman that I saw. I didn't even know he was a Nigerian. He said he was just attracted based on the guy's professionalism. And he asked him, where are you from? He said he's in Nigeria. Where were you trained? He said TV college. He was the cameraman. The TV college has the pedigree and has trained a lot of people. Who knows the last minister of communication? Who knows him? Can you remember? Can you remember the last the minister of communication? Huh? You don't know Professor Pate. Have you heard Professor Pate? He is an alumnus of the TV college. So, you're here, since Nigerians is more of a certificate thing, you will also need to go through a forum or a training institute to earn you a certificate. So my advice to you, I'm not here to just sell the TV college, but it is one of the training institutes that by the time you pass there, even if it is 2 weeks, you will never be the same again. And our concern, the sighting of the TV college there, and the commencement of the training in the TV college, is just for us in this part of the world to see that the professionalism in broadcasting has become a thing in Nigeria. When compared with our contemporaries in the outside world. You have ventured into film making today. I'm sure you must have been taught about the different parts of the media, if I'm not mistaken. Good. Please do not take this to be do not take it lightly. If you look at the broadcasters of today, look at all the medias. Is it channels? Is it NTA? Is it AIT? I think there was a news sometimes 2 months ago that the son of Raymond Dekwesi, isn't it? Have you, I don't know, I think son of Dekwesi, right? The son of Dekwesi, late Dekwesi, came and sacked all the workers in AIT. Have you heard that news? Why? We need trendy faces. But if you don't make yourself a rewarding, how can we employ you into all these media houses? When I checked the stories, I was kind of evaluating your stories. And, well, if I were to assess you, all of you, I will give you 60%. But I wouldn't blame you because you've just ventured into it. There are a lot more to do. So as you live here, there's this common saying that practice makes perfect. That is what broadcasting is all about. I saw someone with the print media, he's there. If he was to stand to tell you here, as you write more and more, you become perfect. So it is with other aspects of the media. But if you are absent-minded, just like you are, how can you become a professional? So please, in whatever you're doing, you need to be meticulous, you need to be dogged, and you need to be learnable. Because once you are engrossed in what you're doing, that becomes your selling point. Someone who has what it takes, you don't need to struggle. The world will search for you. But when you take things with the levity, you wouldn't have anything to offer. And those are the kind of students that we produce in the TV college. I tell the Gen Zs, your brothers and sisters over there, I said, if your parent can send you here to study, you are far better than someone who has passed through the conventional universities. If you go to the conventional universities, like I tell you, you're so lucky to be here. Some of them has finished even up to be degree holders that have not seen what camera looks like. Some of them have not even seen what the practical aspect of editing looks like. Some of them cannot even write a script of a story. But you see, this has given you a forum. Rather than using your phone for something that will not earn you anything, that is not of your own better use, why don't you make money, make fortune out of it? But you're being driven by fantasies. Fantasies, yeah, I belong to there, I belong to this. No. And you know one thing with the Gen Zs today, they are not aware that time passes by. We were like you, looking like you. But before you know it today, age has caught up with us. So do not waste your time. Get it hot as it is. Be responsible. All of your story from the evaluation is just talking about sustainable environment, sustainable education, sustainable health, sustainable, all is talking about sustainability. That sustainability, who will offer the sustainability is you and I. Where all of you were talking about being ethical. And what does ethical environment means? Taking responsibility of your environment. You all have the water bottles on your table. I assure you, as you carry these water bottles going out of this place, once you're done, you just throw it away. Is that a sustainable, is that being ethical? So, we need to talk to our youth, our young ones. The future is in your hands. But if you don't get responsible, it means we don't have a sustainable Nigeria today. Tomorrow, I mean. Once upon a time, we had grannies, we had parents, and today we're in the peak of our careers. If we are not responsible, can we be standing here talking to you? What would you pass to the generations that are after you? What would you pass to your children that you give birth to? The Gen Zs will just tell you, you talk to them, they will tell you, I have emotional wreck. I have emotional, I'm traumatized. About 2 months ago, I went to do my hair. Then the lady that had booked to make my hair was not there. And I asked, where has she gone to? She said one of her friends, I was being told that one of her friends at Buku is part of a suburb in Jos, committed suicide. And I was curious to ask, what happened? They said the father talked to her and she didn't like the way the father spoke with her and she committed suicide. That's the Gen Zs. A question was thrown to, is there sleeping? Victor, I said, how do you want your parent to talk to? And what was his answer? Carrot what? Carrot and stick method. But do you think just the carrot is applicable to you?
No, I don't.
Or you think it's ideal for your generation?
No, it is not even ideal for every generation, because we can see people, not every parent knows how to use the carrot pattern. Some people are mistaking the carrot pattern for spoiling. There's difference between talking to someone and talking with someone, like Auntie Bimbo said the other time. When you talk to someone, it's like giving them advice, and when you talk with someone. So I feel it's stage by stage. When we get to the stage to talking with us, it starts by being parent and being friends with your parents. So it's a stage by stage, and it doesn't work with everybody. But for our generation, I think it is the best, talking with us and talking to us.
Okay, from your generation, what makes your generation different from other generations?
Because like we are here digital, we are more exposed. A lot of things coming. We can see things online. We can see how other countries treat their children, treat themselves, and they are way better than us, even without the stick.
Okay, do you think that your own traditions, in simplest times, what you are saying that your tradition has nothing to offer? Is that the meaning?
No, I'm sorry, but I don't think it's a thing of tradition.
Africa, that is the African traditions.
Yes, we've seen a lot of African tradition that lead people into depression because of how their parents treated them.
Certainly, the same way your parents were being treated, and they became better people today, isn't it?
Our parents are strong.
But I feel your generation should even be more.
Should be stronger,
Thank you.
yes.
It should be stronger.
Okay. You want to say something?
It should be stronger. The few stories that I've just told you about the students' experiences in the TV college, would you say that deserves a carrot approach?
Am I blocking anybody?
You have seen, we are living in a practical world where you see your colleagues, or what do they call them, your counterparts, are being driven in the street, being drugged. Am I not right? Today, you just give someone 10 naira or 1,000 naira. He will approach you, mommy, I've not eaten. The moment you give him 1,000 naira, where does he go? You know better. Eh? And that's the generation that you say deserves a carrot approach.
But there are people that they beat